Frosinone vs Juventus prediction, team news, lineups preview. After pulling off an incredible cup upset in midweek, Frosinone will continue their Serie A campaign on Saturday, when they play host to Juventus at Stadio Stirpe. While the Canarini toppled Napoli to reach the Coppa Italia quarter-finals, they now face a rejuvenated Juve side in contention for the title. Match preview. Writing their names into club history, Frosinone's young squad, largely made up of inexperienced loanees from bigger clubs, conquered the Scudetto holders on Tuesday evening, storming to a 4-0 success at Stadio Maradona. Midfielder Enzo Baranecchia, borrowed for a season from Juventus, opened the scoring midway through the second half, and a stoppage-time penalty converted by Walid Chedra against his parent club was the Canarini's third strike of a night that saw them beat Napoli for the very first time. Victory set up a tie with either Juventus or Salernitana, marking Frosinone's first appearance in the Coppa Italia quarter-finals. But between now and next month, when they will travel to Turin or Salerno, Eusebio Di Francesco's side have Serie A duty to attend to. They kicked off in Naples, having suffered league defeats to AC Milan and Lecce, either side of a goalless draw with Torino, which saw them slip a few spots down the standings. Nonetheless, they remain safely in mid-table, having excelled since topping Serie B last season. Following a 3-1 loss at home to Napoli on the opening day, the Lazio-based club have won 5 times out of 7 at Stadio Stirpe without being beaten again. Juventus also took advantage of Napoli's ill fortune when beating their southern rivals 1-0 in Turin earlier this month, but having continued a fruitful run of one-goal victories. Max Allegri's men came up just short last time out. Allegri took his side to Marassi for last week's Friday evening kickoff, keen to put pressure on table-topping Inter Milan. However, it proved a rare occasion on which the Bianconeri could not retain an advantage. Federico Chiesa's first-half penalty was leveled by a smart Genoa move finished off by Albert Gudmundsson shortly after the break. And Juve ultimately had to settle for a point against last term's Serie B runners-up. As a result, they sit 4 points adrift of Inter approaching their final fixture before Christmas, which comes before a home game against Roma to conclude 2023, and then their Coppa Italia tie versus Serie A strugglers Salernitana. With no European commitments due to a UEFA ban, Juventus have been able to focus on honing their craft in training and then producing winning performances on the pitch, albeit without much finesse, so regaining the Scudetto is a credible target come 2024. Slipping up against another promoted opponent must therefore be avoided at all costs, particularly as they have never lost to Frosinone in the league, winning 5 of 6 previous encounters. Team news. One downside of being absent from Europe has been a lack of chances for fringe players to make a mark and top up their match fitness, but Max Allegri may make 1 or 2 changes to his Juventus 11 on Saturday. After being restricted to a series of cameo appearances, Arkadiusz Milik could be paired with 5-goal top scorer Federico Chiesa up front, particularly as Dusan Vlahovic has yet to find his rhythm. Italy striker Moise Kean joins Mattia De Silio on the sidelines, alongside suspended pair Paul Pogba and Nicolo Fagioli, but Adrian Rabiot is set to overcome a rib injury and could displace Fabio Moretti from the visitors' midfield. Meanwhile, Frosinone are without the services of Luca Mazzatelli, Riccardo Marchizza and Real Madrid prospect Rainier, while Caleb Akoli must serve a suspension after picking up another yellow card in last week's 2-1 loss to Lecce. Juventus-owned Caio Jorge scored the Canarini's goal in that game from the penalty spot, and the Brazilian should start against his parent club, likewise young Enzo Baranecchia. After making a number of changes in midweek, Eusebio Di Francesco will revert to a more familiar lineup back at Stadio Stirpe, with leading scorer Matthias Sol, also on loan from Juve, returning to the hosts' front three. The latter has a combined total of 72 shots and chances created this season, fewer only than Napoli duo Matteo Politano 73 and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia 77, and 50 more than any other Frosinone player. Frosinone possible starting lineup: Tirati, Larola, Monterisi, Romagnoli, Iono, Brescianini, Baranecchia, Gelli, Sol, Jorge, Ibrahimovic. Juventus possible starting lineup. Szczesny, Gatti, Bremer, Danilo, Cambiaso, McKennie, Locatelli, Rabiot, Kostic, Chiesa, Milik. We say, Frosinone 0-1 Juventus. After both clubs veered from the script last time out. It will be business as usual for 1-0 specialists Juventus, who will have to withstand the threat of several young players developed in their under-23 side. Frosinone may have borrowed some talented kids, but Juve's hard-bitten news should secure them 3 more points in the Scudetto race. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.